Off, let's go.
Okay, perfect. So in today's webinar, we'll be going through how to quickly and efficiently sign and seal deals faster with e-signature tech, and how you can actually use VINNY CRM Automation to update your client stage. So CRM Automation is a new upgrade that we have recently added to VINNY. If you are not aware of it, if you have not used it yet, hopefully after today's session, you can use this e-signature tech and CRM Automation to automate your process, BD process in your organization. Before we get started, Amy, I believe you have a question to ask the audience.
Yeah, so just before we kick off, we just want to know what you're using now to get your documents signed. Are there any tools that you're using outside of VINNY, or if you're doing it manually? So we're just going to pop a little poll up on the screen. So just let us know what you're using right now, so we know how you're doing it. Cool, some great results coming through. Thanks, guys. So we'll have that running in the background. And then, yeah, let's kick off. I guess it's going to be 20 to 25 minutes. We don't want to take up too much of your afternoon. Yeah, let's kick off.
Okay, let's get started. So I just switched over to VINNY, and I'm sure most of you are familiar with this view already. But if you are new to VINNY and have not started yet, this is our CRM, or the contact pipeline inside the system. So this is where you use the system to manage the clients or hiring managers or decision makers where you get jobs. So at the top of my screen here, I have the pipeline. So the CRM pipeline is configurable. And what that means is that you can change the name of each stage here to match your BD process. If this is something that you are interested in checking out after the webinar, my colleague Chris just dropped in an article in the chat box to help you learn how to configure the CRM names in VINNY. Now down here, this is where you can see the client information. So all of the key information will be displayed nicely in this table view. So table view inside VINNY is also configurable. So you can pick and choose the information that you want to display. So I can see who this client is, where she's working at, where she's at in the B process. Alice here, for example, she's at the very first stage of my CRM pipeline, which is prospects, and she's one of my key clients. Now, this is telling me that I need to get things going. I need to maybe start speaking to her, or maybe I need to send terms out so we can start working with Alice here right away. To take action inside VINNY, all you need to do is check the box right here. And VINNY will give you a list of actions that you can do. And in this case, we want to send document out to Alice. I can just check or click on this send document button. Now, VINNY will then take me through to this workflow, which start with setting up email. So I need to confirm, is this the email that I want to send out to Alice? Email is configurable inside VINNY, so you can build different email templates for different workflows. For example, in this case, I have email template for my key client, Amazon. I also have template for VIP customers. So again, you can build different templates for different purposes inside the system. And once you are happy with the email here, just hit on next. The next step is for us to prepare the document that you want to send out to your client. So similar to email template, documents are also configurable. So from here, you can choose or switch between documents that you want to send out. It can be pretty much anything that you want to add to the system. So documents can be configured from settings and document builder. So I can send out terms of business, TOB, NDA, switch over, just select the documents from this drop down right here. Now, if you need to make any final changes to the document before you send out, just hit this edit document. So this is where you can, let's say Alice is really good at negotiating and she actually gets a discounted rate or discounted fees. I can go in here, make some final changes on this document. I can hit update, and VINNY will then take me back to this view with the changes applied to the document. And again, once you're happy with the document that you want to send out to your client, just hit on next. Now, the third step here is to confirm the signatories. So who is going to sign off on this document? So VinCherry will tell you the sequence of the signees. So in this case, my contact Alice will be the first one signing off. Once Alice signs off, the recruiter, Amy, will sign off as well. And that will then seal the deal with this client. If you have multiple signees at your organization, you can set that up, and I will show you how to do that at a later stage. But let's say you have already had the signees here, you can actually switch over to some to other signee for this particular document. Again, it's really up to you, up to your business process. And you can just hit on next here. The last stage is for you to confirm if you want to link this TOB to a job. So what this means is that once the document is signed off by both parties, the signed document will be saved against the job. So you have the contract against that job, so you can review easily from the job's details. When you're ready, just click on send, and the email will be on the way to the client. And again, once the client sign off, the recruiter will countersign. Now, if I go back to my client here, and I just want to quickly take a look at the quick view here, and just go into actions or send document. So this is another way for you to send document if you are not viewing the list view from the client's profile. You can also click on actions and send document from here. This is where you can track the document status. So you can see when the document was sent, who sent it, and who are you waiting or who needs to sign off on this document. So I can see that Alice here was sent the document on this date at this day, and now she needs to sign off on this one. You also have a refresh button here as well. If you want to quickly refresh and see the updated status, then you can track that document or refresh that document in here. Now, let's see what Alice sees on her end. So I'm going to go into the client mails box. I can see that the email is now right here. I can just click to open. So this is the client looking at the email that you sent out. Again, emails is configurable. As the client, I can click on review document to take a look at the TOB that the recruiter just sent to me. So this takes me to sign request. Sign request is a third-party e-signature platform that is fully integrated with VinCherry. So you can, as a client, I can review the contract. I can also click on this arrow right here, which takes me to this signature box. So the way that you or your clients sign off using sign requests are the same. So just hit this box right here. If you already have an account with sign request, it will automatically populate your name and your default signature. If not, just type your name in here and just select the style of the signature. Or if you already have an image of your signature saved in your computer, just simply upload it right here. So super simple. As a client, select the style, and I can just click on finalize, agree to the terms, and sign off. So this is how quick and easy it is for your client to sign off, and they can do that on their desktop, on their mobile app. Now, again, if I go back to quickly go back to this one and refresh, I can see that it has been viewed. And once the signature has arrived on site request, it will show up on this side as well. So this is where you can keep track of the activities or the status of the document. Now, let's say that I want to, Amy is signing off in this case, and let's say Amy has signed off on the document, and I just want to quickly keep a quick summary of the terms in the notes, in the activities of this client. What I can do is I can go right here to add comment. So this is where the consultant or you can create task, comment. I can quickly put in the terms of business or the terms agreed in here as well. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think if people aren't using this tool, we definitely need to tell them about it. This is going to save a lot of a lot of time, and also
Yes.
streamline the information that you need to capture against, when you're making comments or tasks in the future. So This is TextBlaze, which is a Chrome extension, which I would recommend all of you download. We'll send it in the cheat sheet. Basically, what it means is you can use a shortcut as part of your comments, and it will populate all of this information to really, streamline the information that you're capturing against certain parts of the system. Really cool Chrome extension, which we would definitely recommend you guys use.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I would not be able to type the whole thing in less than a second
No.
like that. So it's
No, I know
basically.
you're a pretty good typer, but I don't think you're that good.
Andrew already said love TextBlaze. So yes, if you're interested in using TextBlaze, just download it to your Chrome extension. So it's right here. Chris also dropped in the article in the chat box, so you can just check it out after the webinar. Let us know what you think about it afterwards. So basically, you can type, again, go in here, just add in a quick note or summary about the agreements that you have with Alice, and it will be saved against the client's profile. Now, I also want this comment to be tracked against my KPIs, so my goals. So I'm going to link it to an activity, which is TOB signed right here. So this is how you can track it to show the activity against in the goals dashboard, and just hit save. Now, if you noticed, when we started the webinar, Alice pipeline, or Alice, was at the very beginning or first stage of my CRM pipeline, but now her pipeline is blue all the way. So this is CRM automation. You can actually build different workflow inside VINNY, so that we can move your contact to a stage based on the actions that you take inside the system. Again, if this is something that you want to get started right after this webinar, Chris just dropped in an article in the chat box. Check it out, or you can check out the cheat sheet and the recording after this. It's super simple to set up. You can just tell us what is your workflow. Amy, what will be some of the use cases, the best practices that you can share to our customers?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is great if you're doing a lot of BD and you want to make sure that you're consistently engaging with your clients, depending on what stage of the pipeline that they're in. So if you are tracking, first meetings and then they move through to the next stage, you can build that automation in. So again, for your consultants, all they need to do is tell the system that they had a meeting, or they had a coffee, or they had a call with that person, and it will automatically move Alice, for example, through to the next stage. So you're telling the system what you're doing, and it will group your clients together in your CRM pipeline so that you can really engage them seamlessly and efficiently as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so check it out, set it up, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our help center, to our support team via the help center. Okay, so now TOB has been signed off, and we can start working roles for this client here. So this role, I'm going to go into jobs, which gives me the information of the job position that was given to me by Alice. Now, this is a role that I'm so confident that I have a candidate who is the perfect fit for this one. So I've gone through the interviews. I have here one candidate in the interview stage. So I'm just going to click to go through to the job pipeline. So I have spoken to the client. Client agrees that she's a great fit. So we're going to make an offer to this candidate, Lara. So we're going to go through a similar process as signing contract with a client. This is me as a recruiter signing contract offer letter with the candidate. Now, we are here in the offer details page inside VINNY. If you're not familiar with this page, this is where you can build in your compensation and fees. So just before signing off any contract, double check this information, see your pay rates, bill rates, double check the on costs down here as well, so you can really configure this information before you send the offer letters out. Now, once all of the figures here are confirmed, just head over to actions. Again, whenever you want to take actions, just hit that blue button and select send offer to candidate. So same process that we went through when we signed contract with Alice. I just need to confirm on the email here. If I need to make any changes, I can just add it to the email body here. Hit on next to take a look at the employee contract. You can also change the template or edit document by hitting this button here as well. And if you're happy, just click on next. So similar to the signing contract with the client, you also need to confirm or double check the signature sequence here as well. So always client or candidate will sign off first, then the recruiter. And after that, just click on next. And when you're ready, hit send. So my email or the document will be now on the way to the candidate and to the client to sign off. If you go back to the offer details, just by clicking on to that role right there, you don't have to go into the candidate's profile. When you are in the jobs pipeline, you just need to hit that row. It will open up the offer details. Now, on the right-hand side, you will then see this information. So telling you who needs to sign off. The email has been sent out to Lara on this date at this time. And it will, once Lara sign off, Amy, the recruiter, will need to sign off as well. Now, this is where you can also remind or send a reminder to the recipient. So Lara, if she has not signed off on the document. So you want to keep things moving quickly. If you need to cancel the document, you can just hit this button right here. So for example, if you make a mistake or you just want to retrieve the document, just click on this cancel document button. And what's really nice here is that you can also build some automation with this workflow, just like what we did on the CRM. In this case, we can build some workflow around offer contract and placement, so that once both parties sign off on the document, VINNY will automatically move the candidate to the place stage for you. So to do that, just head over to settings and marketplace. So marketplace is where you basically configure third-party apps. So you connect different apps in here. Just look for sign request tile, which is right here for me. I can just click onto it and go into additional and configurations. Now here you will see this section where it said automatic placement. So you can actually enable the first option so that when both parties sign off, the system will automatically move the candidate or place the candidate for you. So you don't have to do anything. The only thing that you need to do is to hit that send offer and confirm on the process. The second option is if in your workflow, you need to send the contract details to the accountant or the accounting department, you can set up the accountant email in your settings, email settings, in the admin settings, so that once the contract has been confirmed, your accountant will receive an email with the details. Now, this is also where you can set up different signees at your organization as well. So this is something that I mentioned earlier, that you have different signees at your organization. You can just click onto this box and select the user from your VINNY account. Now, if sign request is something that you have not started using yet and you want to check it out, this is where you can set up the sign request. So just toggle on sign request button right here. This is also where you can create different sign request account for different brands. So if you have different brands in your organization and you want to kind of separate them, this is where you will go in and add the brand in and link to different sign request accounts. Okay, so one side, everything is signed off. We're going to go back to the offer here. How's it going, Amy? Have you signed? Oh, yes, I see it.
I've been making jobs and making money in the background whilst you've been talking through. Signed and
Perfect.
signed.
Yes, so as you can see, both parties have signed off here, and we're going to go, again, this is where you track that status of the document. But what we did just now is that because we enable the automation, we can then see that Lara has been moved over to the play stage of the job. I didn't have to do anything. The system did that for me. So
Lots
again,
of automation.
super simple. Yes. So this is where, I mean, the the contract has been signed off by the client, and you might be wondering, okay, where can I see the documents? Is it in the candidate's profile? Where do we keep those documents for you? So there are different places. The first one is, now that when we are looking at the candidate, inside the candidate's profile, we have a files tab that we keep track of all of the candidate documents in here. So you can see the offer letter. You can open it up on your VINNY account to take a look at the ones that have been signed off by both party, even with the signature here. You can also see the sign request log. So this is the first place that you can see the documents. This is the same for contact. When you visit the contact's profile, you also have a files tab as well. But now inside VINNY, there is this place called the pay and bill. And if you have not seen it,
Slash
or
back office dream.
yes, we call it BOD dream in VINNY here. But basically, this is where we keep track of all of your documents, including sign requests and all of the files that you have collected from your clients and candidates. If you don't see pay and bill on your left-hand side menu, you can just head over to edit menu here and add it to your items. Remember, menu is configurable, so you can choose items to show here. So this is where, again, you can keep track of all the documents that have been sent or signed by the clients using the sign request technique. So over here, you can see the document, the status. You can filter it down to see which one is needs the candidate to sign off. So you can reach out to Jennifer here, for example. And again, this is where you can have that one place for your team, compliance team, to go into and review the document. And we also have file library here as well. Amy, I know this is your favorite place.
Yeah, I mean, it's the part of the system that, you know, can be quite dull if, you know, you're not into admin. But if you want to keep a track of everything that's going on, this is, you know, the everything sits in the file library. Everything that's related to a candidate, everything that's related to a client, this is all of those documents. So if you are, you know, tracking everything, what's coming, what's going, what's running, what expiry dates are coming up, the file library is everything. Again, you can use the filters to search on what particular item that you're looking for, whether it's for a particular candidate or whether it is that sign request log. Everything sits in here. So really handy if you are managing documentation for an entire business. You only need to go to one place to see everything that you need. And as I said, you can manage your expiry dates, you can manage reminders. So everything is ticking over quite nicely without having to have, you know, two eyes on it at all times. So really, really great place to manage documentation if that is part of your role.
One important thing to note with the sign request integration is that once a document is signed off, you also get like a signature receipt or sign request log from the system here, or file library here. So this is where we showed you the information such as who signed off, the IP address that it was signed off on, also the computer that it was signed off on, or
Everything
the
is
browser.
auditable. There are no
Yes.
surprises, no secrets when it
So
comes to
you can
sign
go in
request.
here and see, yes, exactly. Super simple. Again, either via site request or your file library. Okay, so we have gone through the workflow of sending contract to your client and also sending offer letter out to your candidate. Now, let's say you need to share this document to like a group of your, let's say, your compliance team. You don't want them to go into the to the document to the pay and bill. You just want to quickly communicate with them. What you can do is you can head over to our communication hub, or VINNY chat. If this is not something that you have started working yet, using yet, I would suggest checking it out. So VINNY chat is, I would say, an internal collaboration platform. It's like Slack or Skype, but for recruiters. This is where you can communicate with your teammates, with different departments inside VINNY. If you're interested in setting this up, using this internally, we will send out an article in the chat box as well, so you can check it out, set it up, and then test it out with your team. Now, it is also
really highly
available.
recommend VINNY Chat, because not only is it on the desktop, it's on the mobile app
Yes,
as well. So
exactly.
if you're out at a meeting and you see that, you're waiting for a recruiter to sign a deal so that you can, cash that check, get your name up on the leaderboard, you can send a little reminder to someone's mobile phone to get them to sign it. So that kind of communication and engagement between you, whether you're sat next to each other in the office or in Brisbane and in Hong Kong, you can do the two of them together. So really, really handy.
And you can also share documents to your colleague here. So if they're busy, they have not had time to check the candidate's profile or maybe the pay and bill tab, then you can just quickly drop in the document, just like what I did. So they can click into this here to review the document. They can see the candidate's name and even the ID if they need to. So one thing that set this apart from other internal communication platform is that it's actually connected to your CRM and ATS. So it takes the candidates and the clients directly from your database. So everything stays centralized, one collaboration platform for your team to use. Okay. Okay. Do we have some time for just a quick introduction on the mobile app here?
We have 3 minutes left. I'm sure we can, give them a little teaser if they're not using the mobile app already. I think just before we go into that, it'd be really helpful, whilst we've just finished the CRM and the automation, we're going to drop another poll in just to see, after you've seen everything that you can do inside VINNY whilst using sign request, have we convinced you maybe to look at bringing some of it internally and using VINNY and sign request as part of that tool? Let us know. We've got the poll running in the background as well. So it'd be great to know if you found it useful today. But yeah, sorry, Lynn,
No
mobile app.
worries. Yes, I'm actually quite interested in seeing the result of this poll. I see that some people say, yes, today. Okay, perfect. And if you want to get started right away, reach out to our customer success team and they will be happy to help you get started. Also, after the webinar, you will receive a recording of today's session and a cheat sheet with step-by-step instruction on how to set up your sign request account, how to configure your email templates inside the system, and even the document builder. So hopefully today's session gives you kind of some teaser of the capability of the system of the sign request integration here. So what I am showing on my screen is just a quick slide of the mobile app. So if you have not or are not aware of VINNY mobile app, we would suggest downloading VINNY mobile app and take VINNY with you from the App Store or Google Play, whichever device that you are currently using. It is your kind of friend, so you can take your CRM and ATS system with you on the go. And one thing we have added in recently, which we get a lot of positive feedback from customers, is the voice to text. So if you're busy, if you are just returning from a client's meeting, you can use that voice to text technology to capture the voice notes against the candidate in contact. So in the cheat sheet that you get after the webinar, we will also include the mobile app as well, so you know how to download it. But if you have your phone right now, just head over to the App Store or Google Play and just type in or search for VINNY mobile app. Okay.
Cool. Wow. 2:30 on the nose. So I think we took
Perfect.
that half an hour. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for putting some time aside this afternoon. As Lynn said, we'll get the cheat sheet and the recording over to you once it's all been downloaded and edited. Any questions that we haven't answered, we'll shoot those over to you today as well. But as I said, we're 24/5 on support. So if you want to get cracking and get sign request up and running, let us know. We can help you do that. If you've got any questions about anything else, obviously we're here to help. So the support at vincere.io, or always follow us on socials. We like to know what you're up to. We like to let you know what we're up to. So yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Perfect. Thanks everyone for joining today. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Have a great afternoon. Speak to you later.
Bye.
Bye.